Aloha everyone, what is really good my dudes? Today is November 16, 2020, we got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the release of construction contracts, so without any further ado, let's jump right into the video, let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, so construction contracts is an alternative training method to construction, aimed to be less intensive and more laid back compared to the traditional way of training. It is cheaper than the traditional method in that you'll get more XP out of the planks you use, however it is less XP per hour. So the general process for construction contracts is you're going to go to any estate agent and then you'll retrieve a contract. This contract will send you to anywhere in the game world, one of 11 locations, and you need to build and repair 5 objects in that NPC's home listed on that contract. You'll immediately notice that unlike training construction in your home, you're actually training construction in the overworld, so you'll be able to interact with other players who are also working on contracts with whatever building you were assigned to, because obviously it's in the overworld and not instanced. Another thing you'll notice is that the objects you're going to be repairing aren't instantly made like they are in your player-owned house. There is a bar above your head that fills up as you're working at that particular hotspot. Once it's full, you will complete that object and it will be ticked off on your contract. This process can be sped up depending on the type of planks you use to build that particular hotspot. So once you complete a hotspot, you'll gain XP for it, but you'll also gain a chunk of XP for completing the entire contract. With completing a contract, you also get a new type of currency to be used at the estate agent shop, which we'll talk about later. But that pretty much sums up the process. Collect a contract from an estate agent, go to the associated location, build the 5 objects, and then you're awarded XP and credits, and then you come back to an estate agent for a new contract. Now, I mentioned earlier that depending on the type of planks you use, it will speed up the process, which in turn does speed up your XP per hour. But not only that, the amount of XP you get for completing that particular hotspot is determined by the type of planks you use. So mahogany planks will give you much more XP as opposed to just regular planks. This applies not only to the specific hotspot, but the bonus XP at the end of completing the contract as well. So ultimately you're going to want to be training using the highest plank you have available to you for your associated level. In terms of levels, you start at level 40 construction to participate in the contracts, and every 10 levels you unlock the next tier of planks, all the way up until level 70, which is mahogany planks. So you're going to want to use those if you're 70 plus. Alternatively, you can use protean planks and they will count as the highest tier you have available for your current level. Now, having said that, let's talk about the currency and the estate agent shop that I talked about earlier. Here you can buy 2 different things, the master construction outfit and the plank box. For the plank box, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It stores planks for you, which could be used to train at this new training method or alternatively at the previously known method in your player-owned house. This plank box can be upgraded twice from its original state, improving its capacity. Now, the other thing I mentioned that you can buy from the estate agent shop is the master construction outfits. The effects for this outfit are that they give you the XP that you would get if you own the regular construction outfits. Also, you have the option to automatically remove furniture after building. This is to be utilized in your player-owned house. It can also convert logs into planks while still costing GP. It can apply a temporary +3 boost to your construction skill. It increases your build progress and has a chance to instantly finish your repairs for your construction contracts. And it has unlimited teleports to your house, construction contracts, house portals, and estate agents. With this update, they are adding 8 new achievements to the achievement system, one of which is a comp cape requirement, which is that you need to have the fully upgraded plank box unlocked, and there is no grace period for this achievement. Some additional information you might be concerned about is the estate agent has been added to the contact NPC spell in the lunar spellbook. You can earn the construction pet, strange rocks, and gold rocks from this activity. You cannot use flatbacks. The currency is not tradable, and you cannot select which contracts you are given. It is completely random. You never get the same one twice in a row, but if you would like a new one, you must complete the current one you're on. And that's all you really need to know about the construction update, construction contracts. Having said that, we're going to shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update, so let's go ahead and check it out. Starting off with some interface improvements, the Toon Bane Ore spell will no longer show the X icon when hovering over items in the backpack. The default size of the activity tracker has been increased, and the paths window has been moved from left center to left top in the same position so that they tab together nicely. The event tab will now only ever appear when an event is active. The tutorial for the Dwarven Discovery Treasure Hunter promotion will now display correctly on mobile devices. The wiki button now immediately reappears if the player moves focus away from and back to the all chat window while in always chat mode. Dossier text will no longer replace requirements in the quest overview tab, and the tooltip for ignore friends list filtering button now features the correct information. Moving on to graphical changes, the world map now shows an anvil icon for the barbarian anvil in Otto's Grotto. The player's left arm is no longer out of place when wearing the Fenrir body. Unholy symbols will no longer appear to sink into a player character's chest. Smithing tools seen on the odd-looking wall in Seer's Village Workshop no longer floats when something spoilery happens. The face texture of Tanner, the Crafting Guild NPC, will no longer appear to be two different colors. The colors of bronze, iron, steel, and mithril dragons will now display correctly. Cyrus's hair is no longer visible through his dragon medium helm. The cup of tea which spawns on the desk in the Archaeology Guild no longer clips into it. Moving on to some other changes. A cutscene has been added for Merlin's escape during King Ransom. Interact with it to vent after discussing your plans with Merlin during the quest to see it. You will no longer get an empty vial when mixing unicorn horns with Super Restore 3. The description for the Fury of the Small Relic has been updated to match its functionality. Fixed an issue where the Axel Grease achievement listed the incorrect prerequisites. You must partially complete the Blood Runs Deep to claim Balmung from Brunt the Chieftain. The Power of Light special attack can now be used when imbued with the Essence of Finality amulet without wielding the Staff of Light. A wall in Carid Et is no longer missing collision boxes. You can now use runes in your backpack to restore artifacts while you have the Wicked Pouch equipped. The 2x multiplier for the Dwarven Discovery will now apply to prismatic stars and lamps. The Golden Mining Suit will now correctly apply its double or chance effect. The correct animation will now play when crossing the bridge from Relica towards the lighthouse. Loot doubled from the Waterfiend familiar is now correctly sent to the bank by sign of the porter. During Dino Stampede, the Rex will no longer focus on the player as this could result in a gigantic beast derailing itself and never reaching the center of the base camp. Fixed a grammatical error in the messaging during Tutorial Island's smithing section. Players are once again able to claim their weekly bonus XP from the Quartermaster in the Clan Citadel for any of the relevant skills. And finally, skilling offhand effects no longer function in free-to-play. That is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there to check them out. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I'm out. Aloha.